I'm going to say something today that most people in personal finance will not say, and I need you to stay with me all the way through it before you decide what to do with it. Compounding can be useless, not because the math is wrong, the math is never wrong, but because there is a version of investing, one that millions of people are doing right now, feeling good about, checking their app for, where the amount they put in each month is so far below a certain threshold that compounding cannot do anything meaningful for them in any reasonable time frame. They are investing and it is not working, and nobody has told them why. I am Maxine. I am Rich Auntie Knows, and today I am going to show you exactly where that threshold is, what happens on either side of it, and most importantly, what you actually do if you are currently on the wrong side of it. Because the answer is not to stop investing. The answer is to understand what is happening so you can change it. This is the conversation the finance industry does not want to have with you. Let us have it. Secret number one: compounding needs a base before it can build, and most people never give it one. Here is the math that nobody puts in the same sentence. If you invest $10 a month into an S&P 500 index fund at the historical average return of 10% annually, after one full year, you have contributed $120. Your return on that is approximately $12. After 5 years, you have contributed $600. Your total account value is around $770. In year five alone, your investment return was roughly $70. That is barely more than $1 a day generated by 5 years of consistent investing. Is this better than zero? Mathematically, yes. Is this compounding working? Technically, yes. Is this compounding doing anything that will meaningfully change your financial life? No. And that is the truth that is missing from every $10 a month is a great start post you have ever seen. Compounding is a multiplier, and a multiplier needs something to multiply. $10 a month after 5 years has not built enough base for the multiplier to move the needle. You are not in the power phase of compounding. You are in a phase so early and so small that the math, while real, is financially invisible. Compounding is not broken. Your base is just too small to feel it yet, and that is fixable, but only if you know it is the problem. Secret number two: there is a monthly investment amount below which compounding will not change your life in your lifetime. Here's what it is. Let me give you the number with real math behind it. If your goal is to retire with $1 million, a number that sounds large but adjusted for inflation over 30 years represents roughly the purchasing power of $400,000 today. Here is what different monthly investment amounts produce at 10% average annual return over 30 years. At $25 a month for 30 years, you end up with approximately $56,000, not 1 million. Not financial freedom, $56,000. At $50 a month for 30 years, you end up with approximately $113,000. At $100 a month for 30 years, you end up with approximately $227,000. At $200 a month for 30 years, you end up with approximately $456,000. At $300 a month for 30 years, you end up with approximately $678,000. At $400 a month for 30 years, you cross $1 million, $904,000 to be exact. So the honest answer to the title of this video is this. If you are investing below $150 a month and you are planning to rely on that investment alone to retire comfortably, compounding cannot get you there. The math does not reach, not because compounding is broken, because the input is too small for the output to be life-changing. $150 a month is not the magic number. It is the floor. Below it, compounding is working. Secret number three: the answer is not to stop investing small. The answer is to treat small as a bridge, not a destination. Now I need you to hear the next part very carefully, because I said something in that last section that could be misread, and I will not let it be. $25 a month invested is not worthless. Starting at $25 a month is not a mistake. What is a mistake? The only mistake is treating $25 a month as the complete plan, as the finished strategy, as the thing you set up and never return to. $25 a month is a bridge. It is the account open and active. It is the habit formed. It is the proof to yourself that you are an investor. And it is the foundation that you build on aggressively with every raise, every freed up expense, every subscription canceled, every extra income source until you are on the right side of that threshold. The women who build real wealth are not the ones who started with the most. They are the ones who started with something and treated every financial improvement as fuel to increase the amount. They got a $50 raise and added $30 to the monthly contribution. They canceled a subscription and automated that amount into the investment account. They received a tax refund and invested half before the lifestyle caught up with it. Start small, but never stay small. Secret number 4: the contribution amount matters more than the fund you pick, especially in the first 10 years. The finance industry loves to debate funds. Which index fund is best? Which platform has lower fees? Whether you should hold international exposure, whether the S&P 500 or total market fund is the right choice. And all of that conversation is real and worth having eventually. But in the first 10 years of investing, none of that matters as much as one single variable. How much are you putting in every month? Here is the proof. Investor A puts $200 a month into a fund that returns 8% annually. Investor B puts $100 a month into a fund that returns 12% annually, meaning she somehow consistently beats the market, which almost nobody does. After 10 years, Investor A has $36,800. Investor B has $23,200. The person who contributed more with the average fund beat the person who contributed less with the exceptional fund by over $13,000. Secret number 5: fees are the silent tax that makes small investments even smaller. If you are investing a small amount every month, fees are not a background detail. They are a front and center problem, and most people have no idea what they are paying. An actively managed mutual fund charges on average 0.5% to 1% in annual fees. That sounds like almost nothing, but here is what it actually means. If you invest $200 a month for 30 years in a fund returning 10% gross, with a 1% annual fee, your final balance is approximately $380,000 instead of $456,000. The fee cost you $76,000. $76,000 in fees paid quietly every year on a $200 monthly contribution. That is the price of choosing the wrong fund. A low-cost index fund, Fidelity's FZROX, charges 0%. Vanguard's VTSAX charges 0.04%. Schwab's SWTSX charges 0.03%, gives that money back to you, not to a fund manager, to your account, to your compounding base, to your future. When you are investing a small amount, every basis point of fees eats a larger proportion of your return. The smaller your contribution, the more aggressively you need to protect it from fees. Low cost index funds are not just the smart choice for large investors. They are the essential choice for anyone who cannot afford to give a single unnecessary dollar away. Fees are the enemy of small investors. Zero fee index funds are the answer. There is no reason to pay more. Secret number 6: the Roth IRA is what turns a small investment into a tax-free fortune. We have established that the amount you invest every month is the most important variable in your wealth building. But the second most important variable, the one that determines how much of that wealth you actually keep, is where you invest it. A Roth IRA is a retirement account funded with after-tax dollars. You pay income tax on your contribution before it goes in. And then the growth, the dividends, The compounding returns across however many decades it runs. You pay zero tax on any of it when you withdraw in retirement. None. The IRS does not touch it. Here's what that means in real numbers. $200 a month invested for 30 years at 10% becomes $456,000. Inside a regular brokerage account, when you withdraw that, you owe capital gains tax on the $384,000 in growth at a 15% capital gains rate. That is $57,600 paid to taxes. Inside a Roth IRA, that $57,600 stays in your account. It is yours. And if you're investing a small amount every month below the threshold where compounding is generating life-changing returns, the Roth IRA matters even more because the tax protection maximizes every dollar of the return you do generate. You cannot afford to lose any of it to taxes. The Roth IRA makes sure you do not. You can contribute up to $7,000 a year in 2025. Start with whatever you have, but start inside the Roth IRA. The account that protects small money is the same account that holds large money. Open it first. A Roth IRA does not just shelter your money, it multiplies what a small investment can become. Use it before you use anything else. Secret number 7. The only way to escape the useless zone is to treat your contribution like a bill that increases every year. Here's the final truth, and it is the one that separates the people who get wealthy from the people who invest indefinitely without arriving anywhere. Most people set a monthly investment contribution once and never increase it. They open the account at $25 or $50 a month, automate it, and feel the satisfaction of having set it up. And then life moves on and the contribution does not. 3 years later, 5 years later, they are still at the same amount. The account is growing slowly, but the input has not changed, and neither has the timeline to their goal. The law of compounding requires two things to produce real wealth: time and an increasing base. Time you are providing simply by staying invested. The increasing base requires a decision made repeatedly, deliberately, on a schedule to raise your contribution every single year. Here's the system that works. Every January, increase your monthly investment by 10% or by the amount of your most recent raise, whichever is larger. If you are at $100 a month, you go to 110. If you are at 200, you go to 220. Small jumps made consistently every year without negotiation. The math on this is staggering. An investor who starts at $100 a month and increases by 10% every year for 30 years ends up with over $2 million. The investor who starts at the same $100 and never increases ends up with $227,000. Same starting point, same fund, same time horizon. The only difference is the annual increase, and that difference is $1.8 million. That number is not a trick. It is what a consistent 10% annual increase does to a base that was too small to matter at the start. It is compounding applied not just to market returns, but to your own contribution rate. And it is available to anyone who makes the decision once and automates the rest. Set the increase in advance. Automate it. Never negotiate yourself out of it. Because the raise you give your investment account every January is the most financially consequential raise you will ever receive. Compounding is not useless. Your amount just needs to grow with you. 7 secrets, 1 through line. Compounding is one of the most powerful forces in personal finance, and it is also one of the most misrepresented. It does not work the same on $10 as it works on 200. It does not produce the same outcome on a static contribution as it produces on a growing one. And it does not protect your money from fees or taxes unless you put it in the right account. The answer is never to stop investing. The answer is to understand where you are in the compounding journey and what it will take to move from the zone where compounding is technically working to the zone where compounding is actually changing your life. Start wherever you are. Open the Roth IRA. Choose the zero fee index fund. Automate the contribution. And then, every January, without fail, Increase the amount, not because you feel like it, because you made the decision in advance on a calm day when you understood what was at stake. Here's your one action for this week. Look at your current monthly investment contribution. Write down the number, then calculate what 10% more would be. That is your new number starting next month. Set the automatic increase today, not when the next paycheck arrives, not after the holidays, not once things settle. Today. Because every month you stay in the useless zone is a month compounding cannot give back. Share this with a woman in your life who is investing but feels like it is not moving fast enough. Your friend who set up her account 2 years ago and checks it hoping for more. Your coworker who is waiting to earn more before she increases her contribution. Your sister who thinks she is doing everything right and cannot understand why the number is still so small. She is not doing it wrong. She just needs to know what you know now. Send this to her. I will see you in the next video.